Hello friends, welcome back. So in this session we will try to understand very interesting and very important thing to understand regarding what is the difference between this BIOS or BIOS and CMOS. So this is actually these two terminologies are used hand in hand. So in case of in case of embedded systems we can say so it is very that's why it makes very important to understand, and it's also very interesting to understand these two terminologies. So don't skip this session, so please watch until the end so to know the very interesting topic. So yeah, please, if you are new to this channel, please do subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon to get the latest notifications or updates. So let us quickly start with the session. So to know what is the difference between this BIOS and CMOS, so at the end of the session you will be able to make out basically like what is the difference between this BIOS and CMOS and how they are interrelated basically. So let's start. So to just before that, we will try to understand what is this BIOS and CMOS or BIOS or CMOS. Coming to BIOS, so it is nothing but basic input output system we can say. Okay, so it is nothing but BIOS is nothing but basic input output system. So it's basically this is the full form. So it's basically a computer program or a firmware we can say that is typically stored in EEPROM. Okay, so which is used by the CPU to perform some startup procedures or startup some operations or booting we can say, which is a very first step in any particular turning on of the processor or controller we can say. So this is all about BIOS. We can say that it is a software we can say or a computer program basically. So coming to this CMOS, I have conducted lots of sessions on this. So please, I have also pasted it in the link in the description box. So please refer that. So CMOS is nothing but we can either refer to it as a technology, integrated circuit technology. We can say CMOS technology. We will usually use the terminology, or in case of this, we can also refer to as it as a device. Basically, in this scenario, so where CMOS is a device, we can say that the device is basically a CMOS battery, which will be used in the a particular circuitry. So CMOS in this context, it refers to a battery, CMOS battery. We will usually hear this terminology. So I hope now it is very clear. Now you are familiar with what is this BIOS and what is this CMOS. So again, to know what is this BIOS is nothing but long form is basic input output system, is a program that starts a computer. Okay, it starts a computer up and running. So small program that controls the computer from time it powers on until the time the operating system takes over its tasks or responsibilities we can say. So BIOS is at the time when we turn on a particular computer until the operating system running is up. I mean, operating system is up and running. So between that time to the time where when the operating system is up and running, so that particular time is nothing but there will be a program running during that particular time, which is nothing but BIOS, that is BIOS, basic input output system. So this is the basic, the terminology. We can say that, and BIOS is the. It's all about BIOS. We can say. So coming to CMOS is where the BIOS stores the date, time, and system. This is very important because CMOS means I referred initially to a device called CMOS battery. So CMOS is where the BIOS stores the date, time, and system configuration details. It is very important because BIOS is storing. So the date, okay, time, timings, and also system related configuration information. So that will be stored in CMOS. Okay, so it's basically a storage we can say. So details it needs to start this. So it will store, BIOS will store. How they are now interrelated to each other, now we will try to see. So CMOS will be having the details stored by BIOS, such as date, timings, and system configuration details. So that means BIOS stores the date, timings, and the system configuration details in the CMOS. Okay. So CMOS will also in turn give power to run the BIOS firmware. Okay, it's a program. So in this way, both are interrelated. So I repeat. So BIOS will store the date, time, and system configuration details which it needs to start the particular computer. So it will store this all information in CMOS. That means CMOS has date, time, and system configuration details which is stored by BIOS program. Okay. And BIOS, how it is related to CMOS is BIOS will be started by the information provided by or the information fetched from CMOS. The information such as date, time, and system configuration details. So it will also provide the power battery to start the program, we can say. So in this way, both BIOS and CMOS are interrelated, but all are but both are different. So I hope now it is very clear, and it is very interesting to understand and know. So if you are new to this channel, please do subscribe to my YouTube channel and press the bell icon to get the latest updates or notifications, and also like, share. And if you want me to conduct any particular session on related to electronics and communication topics, please comment in the comment section of this video itself. So I will definitely try to cover it in the upcoming tutorial. So if yeah, maybe if you have any doubt also, you can comment here, so I will try to answer those. So till then, have a nice day. Thank you. Bye.